Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the last video you guys watched was titled "My African Mom Confronted Me About My Filipino Boyfriend," and I had promised that I would share with you why I kept the secret for my mom, why I did not tell my mom that I have a Filipino boyfriend, or that I have a boyfriend generally. So in this video I am going to be vulnerable with you guys, and God help me not to get emotional. So basically, when it comes to dating, relationship, my mom could be overprotective, and the reason why I did not share with my mom that I have a boyfriend is because I'm trying to protect her mental health. And why did I say that my mom could be overprotective? My mom is overprotective of me when it comes to relationship because she is in an abusive marriage, with her husband, who is my stepdad. So for the past 1 month, a lot of things has been happening that does not put me in a good position to share with my mom that I have a boyfriend. And at the same time, I cannot pause my happiness or my joy because of what my mom is going through. That's my mom life, and I also have to make myself happy, to make myself strong, to be there for my mom. She's in an abusive marriage with my stepdad where she's physically abused, emotionally abused. I knew a day is going to come where I'm going to talk about this. I just don't know when, but I think this is the right time, since she found out that I have a boyfriend, and she does not even know I'm going to be making this video. But I don't need to get her permission to make this video. If you have started this channel with me right from the very first beginning, you would know that I created my channel because I want to be an inspiration to young people like myself. I want to be real. I want to share my life. I want to share to young people that you could achieve anything you want to achieve. I want to share to young people like myself, to everybody generally, that do not give up. And my mom's story is my story, so I have a right to share it. So my mom is in the abusive relationship with my stepdad, where she's been physically assaulted, emotionally assaulted. My siblings also have been physically assaulted, emotionally abused, and it breaks my heart. So why I did not share with my mom about Raymond at first? Number one, let me start from the very first beginning. She did not have a cell phone that I can communicate with her. So the phone she used to communicate with me before was my stepdad phone. So my stepdad has a phone wherein she communicates with me, but I do not speak with them often. Like, I could go a month without speaking to my mom. Sometimes I go months without speaking to my mom. So I do not often speak to my mom. And my stepdad always goes to work, meaning that if he's not around, my mom cannot speak with me. My mom cannot always speak with me unless he's there, and he did not buy my mom a cell phone. That was the number one reason why I was not able to speak with my mom. And I'm a student here. I'm the one who is struggling to pay my tuition, to pay everything, and I'm the one who is doing everything for myself, basically, because my mom does not work because of the circumstances surrounding her. She used to work before, but the psychopath she's living with stopped her from working. And now, it's really a long story, but I will try to share as much as I can in this video. So my mom does not have a cell phone, and sometimes when my stepdad gets mad at her, and then he will refuse her the chance of using his phone to communicate with me. So I think a month ago, or more than a month ago, I decided to buy my mom a cell phone so that I could be able to speak with her often. And mind you, my mom does not have, something is wrong with my mom's bank accounts, so she uses my stepdad's account. I used to send money to my mom and siblings sometimes, and it is usually my stepdad's bank account I used to send the money, because my mom's bank account has a problem that she needs to rectify. So I told my mom that I was going to buy her a cell phone. So when I got the money, I told them that I was going to get my mom a cell phone, but I have to send the money to my stepdad's account number, bank account. When I was about to send the money, I spoke to the two of them. I said, oh, I'm going to send this money and I'm going to send it into his account. Make sure you use this money to buy a cell phone for my mom. He was like, sure, I will buy the cell phone, because I felt like they were good that time, right? Note, this man used to be good sometimes. Like, out of 100%, he's good 20% and he is bad 80%. He has shown me a lot of times that he is not to be trusted, that he is is a piece of shit. But because I forgive quickly, I always look past it and give him a benefit of doubt. He is the reason why I dropped out of school initially. He is the reason why I have a visa issue. He is the reason why I went through everything I went through. But I didn't crucify him because of that. I picked myself up and I moved on with my life, not asking for any support from him. There was a day he called me without my mother being there. Remember, I told you my mom does not have a phone. He called me and they told me, Dorcas, have you sent the money? Because your mother is, she's disturbing me for the money. So I thought it was true. So I sent the money. After I sent the money, I never heard from anybody, including him, including my mom, like for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And then I was worried. I kind of felt disappointed because I felt like, do you guys only call me when you need something, even though I struggle here myself? Like, I felt like I was being used, that I was being taken advantage of, because I even told myself that even if she used, because I thought that the money had been given to my mother, and I know him, he could convince my mom for them to use the money for something else. So I told myself that even if the money was used for something else, she could have at least told me, and I would look for ways also to save up again to send her, because I know that things are not really going on smoothly for them over there. That is why I always put my best into my education, and I always try my best to make good decisions. For like 2 weeks, I never heard from anybody. Then after 3 weeks or 2 weeks, my mother called me. She was crying. So this is how it works. I think she has a small phone that is not an internet phone, like all these small Nokia or something. And for us to be able to call me, she has to call me through load directly. And calling, like by buying load into your cell phone, is very expensive, and we are only able to speak for one minute. So when the load ends, the conversation ends till whenever she's able to call me. And me, I am not able to call from here directly, to a Nigerian number. But calling through internet, like on WhatsApp, like the easiest way to have a phone conversation with me. So she called me and she was crying that they had been fighting because of the money I sent, that he refused to give her the money. I was sad, I was outspoken, I was mad that how could someone do that? How I struggle here for myself, and I sent money for you to get a phone for my mom, but you use the money for your own need. And also I was also disappointed because he had called me pretending that, oh, have you sent the money? Your mother has been disturbing me. And I sent the money, and then he was fighting with my mom, and he began to abuse my mom physically, that my mother would cry and talk to me and call me and do everything. So that was the main reason why I was not able to reach my mom. So after that went by, I was able to get money again. And this time around, I did not send the money to him. I contacted a friend who was the one who helped my mom to purchase the phone and did everything, and I got my mom a phone. That is why my mom is able to talk to me now. The other reason why I did not tell my mom about my boyfriend is because she has been going through a lot of emotional stuff, like concerning all what is happening. Like, she was being physically abused. My siblings, who are his kids, have been physically abused, and I felt so sad. Like, I always feel sad. It still continues up until now. Like, I feel so sad. Sometimes I cry, but I just come to YouTube and smile to you guys. But you guys don't know what I'm going through. Yeah, some of you may think I come from a very perfect family. No, I come from a very dysfunctional home, but I'm trying to make my own life very good. My mom is the religious one. My stepdad, no. Yeah, my mom is the religious one. My mom is the one who teaches me all the Christian stuff, but my stepdad, hell no. So considering all what she has been going through, all the cries and everything, I felt like it would be insensitive of me to tell her that I have, a boyfriend, and I know that my mom is going to be worried because she does not want me to make the same mistake she made. She does not want me to make mistakes. She does not want me to, to be with the wrong person. So she could be, very, very overprotective. And I felt like it wasn't good for her mental health for me to discuss about my boyfriend with her, because my mom knows that I'm the kind of person, I don't hide anything. I have read some of you comments. I don't hide anything. I'm not pretentious. Like, if I don't want anybody to know that I have a Filipino boyfriend, I wouldn't put Raymond out there on YouTube. Like, I have friends in Nigeria who watches my YouTube, so I wasn't hiding him in any way, but I just felt like that time was not the right time for me to tell my mom, considering what is going on with my mom. And I was just waiting for the right time, for the perfect time, but I don't know how it was going to be. I don't know how I was going to table it before her, because presently all I do is comfort her, to tell her everything is going to be okay, to tell her that, look, you are going to be a single mom. Yeah, which I support. Yeah, because she gets beaten by my stepdad, and what if she dies? Is God going to be happy with that? God is not going to be happy with that. But it is better for her to leave the marriage. But right now, it feels so sad that I am far away from my mom, and I cannot give my mom the support because I can't go to her right now, and I don't have the financial support to help her to make her live there. And my stepdad also, he is an adulterer. He is not rich, but he's an adulterer. Like, I don't get it. Poor people should not have any business with extramarital affairs. You don't have money, you don't care for your kids, but the little money you get, you spend it on another woman. Like, it's crazy, right? I don't give a hoot about if he has concubines, but what I care about is that do not touch my mom and do not touch my siblings. So I feel so sad that I'm not with my mom to give her support, because my siblings are very young. Yeah, I'm the eldest. I'm the only eldest child in my family. I'm the only one who can give my mom the support she needs. So I just feel like, no, I can't tell her right now. But I am glad that she found out herself. I don't know how she found out, because I haven't asked her. We had a lengthy conversation and I haven't asked her how she found out, but I'm going to ask her later. And she told me, I don't know how to put it. When she found out I have a boyfriend, she asked me a lot of questions, and she told me that, I don't want you to make the same mistake I made. I don't want you to be with the wrong person. That is why I'm being like this. And then I tried to, to tell her that, oh, it's okay. I'm just dating, I just try to assure her, every parent, every parent would feel that way. Yeah. If you are going through abuse in your marriage, you would feel that way concerning your child. That is the same way my mother was. So that is why I did not share about my relationship to my mom. But now my mom knows I have a boyfriend, and my mom is the kind of person that she's very supportive. If she had money, if she has a work, she wouldn't mind. She will foot my bills through school. She will do everything for me. But because of the situation she has been with, she's living with a narcissist. Yeah, somebody that does not want you to do everything, wants you to be dependent on him, but he cannot provide for you. And when the two of you are in a quarrel, he uses that to punishes you by not giving you money, giving you food, like that, because he knows that there is nowhere else you want to run to. But he has forgotten that my mom asked me. Actually, I should have spoken about him like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. No, 2 years ago, when I dropped out of school. But that time I did not have the resources. I don't have the audience, to speak about him. I always forgive, but right now I do not want to forgive. I decided to talk about him. I want to always watch this video and feel hatred for him. Yeah, because I don't want the hatred to stop, because I forgive quickly. What was the deal breaker for me was that while he was physically abusing my mom, recording him, and they sent the video to me, I cried. Yeah, I cried because number one, all that is happening right now is not like a surprise to me, because I used to witness that same thing while I was in Nigeria. Yeah, I used to witness him physically abuse my mom, but I could not do anything because I didn't have the power, I didn't have the support, I don't have the, I was just helpless. So he would physically abuse my mom in my presence. We would cry. There was even a time that we packed out, my mom and my sister. We had to leave my brother. That was the saddest moments of my life, because we had to leave my brother with him because my brother was going to school. So it was only my sister, my mom who packed out of the house and went somewhere. It was really a tough time for us because I was the one who was helping my mom. And that time I was in high school. I was holding a high position in school, and at the same time I have to, and I have to go through all I'm going through with my mom. So I am helpless. He would physically abuse my mom in my presence, and there's nothing I could do. And it breaks my heart again that my siblings are witnessing the same thing. They are watching him beat my mom. They are watching him do bad stuff to my mom. They are already having a perception of how bad he is in their mind. It breaks my heart because I do not want my siblings to witness that. Mind you, my siblings are his kid. I am the only one who is not his kid, who is not his child. So that was the reason why I did not tell my mom about my boyfriend. How my mom's life is not a determinant of how my own life is going to be. Like, I have determined a long time ago to make sure that everything goes well for me. Yeah, I have to graduate, I have to study, because a lot of people's life depends on mine. My mom's, my siblings' life, future depends on mine. That is why when I hear some people say bad stuff about me here on YouTube, they don't know where I'm coming from. They don't know what I'm going through. They don't know what I've been. Since I stopped receiving support from my stepdad, that was the time I knew peace. Yeah, that was the time I knew happiness. Mind you, he was my sponsor to the Philippines. But ever since I came to the Philippines, he has only paid my tuition once. Yeah, and you know how many semesters I've done? And the same year I came to the Philippines is the same year I stopped getting allowance from home. Yeah, before I even started YouTube. So the same year I stopped allowance from home. So I was the one who always looked for a way, to get money to survive on my own. So it basically does nothing for me. For instance, let's assume that I am still getting support from him now. As he's abusing my mom, he will make sure that I also feel it by not sending me nothing. So he would tell my mom that, oh, your child is going to be, she's going to suffer. They are going to send her back home. That is his aim. But look at me right now, I'm surviving. But all I just need from him is to stop touching my mom and stop touching my sibling. It's really crazy, and I'm thankful that I'm able to, to do this video without getting emotional, because guys, honestly, I cry a lot of times because of this issue, because I hate to see my mother cry. You can relate. I hate to see my mother break down. And recently I have been watching abuse videos as if I'm the one who is being abused. Yeah, I have been emotionally and physically abused by him. Like, while I was in Nigeria, he would beat me, make marks in my body. And while I was in the Philippines also, he would emotionally abuse me. I'm already free from him, but now it is left with my mom, because my mom is still with him, and my mom right now does not have the resources to leave him. Because if my mom leaves him, I want my mom to leave him with my siblings, but my mom cannot take care of my siblings. And I bet if my mother leaves, he's not going to care for those kids, because he is very irresponsible. I used to like him, but now I hate him so much, because he has done a lot of things that I had always looked past and forgiven him. But every time he keeps proving to me that I don't deserve this, I don't deserve the love you're giving me, I don't deserve the mercy or the kindness you are showing me, I don't deserve it. Like, I don't know how somebody would beat a woman that bore them kids, would punch a woman that bore them kids. I'm sharing mine because I don't have anything to be ashamed of. That's my life, yeah. And I've told you guys that on my channel I would share my life, my story, because I know that I am not the first person this is happening to, and I will not be the last. Like, there are a lot of people whose parents are going through abuse in their home, like going through a lot of things, but they can't speak up. But me, I will speak up. I'm not like my mom. My mom is the calm one, the one who doesn't speak, who always smiles. Like, my mom is just like me. We can be going through a lot of things, but you would always see her smiling. That is how she is. She's a very good woman. She does not deserve all these things that she's going through because she has been good to this person. Like, this person is a pest. When I mean a pest is somebody who only comes to you when there's something they can milk out of you. Yeah, it's a parasite. He only comes to my mom, becomes good when he knows that there's something he can get. The moment he finishes and drains everything away from her, he started treating her bad. I feel better than I used to be like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, because I have to be strong for my mom. I really have to be. And I always, encourage her, always tell her that everything is going to be fine. Just endure for now. Just let me graduate, like that. Because right now I can't really, there's nothing I can do. I can't disappear to Nigeria all of a sudden. I can't do anything. Like, most of the problems I faced in this Philippines was because of him. But I did not blame him because of that. I moved on with my life because he's not my dad. If you are not responsible for me, you should be responsible for your kids. My brother just started junior high school. He doesn't do nothing for them, doesn't buy them clothes, doesn't give them money, doesn't do nothing. But he cheats, he does everything because he has cheated many times while I was in Nigeria, and he's doing it again. So I am not surprised, and I don't care. All I want him to do is never to touch my mom again, nor my siblings. So that is why I did not tell my mom I have a boyfriend, because she's going to be, worried. That is why I try my best, to live a very good life in the Philippines. Like, sometimes people think I'm a pastor kid. Yeah, I've had people ask me a lot of times, are you a pastor's child? I always smile in my mind that only if you know the kind of home I come from. I'm not a pastor's child. Like, most of the education I gave myself is self-education. I don't get advice from my mom often. It is recently now that I'm able to speak with my mom because she has a phone now. I don't get advice from my mom often. I don't get direction. I'm the one who always sits myself down in the middle of the night and think. I am the one who always think a lot. I am the one who always think how I want my future to be, what I should do. I'm the one who always make decisions for myself. I'm the one who always gives myself most of that thing, because I'm also trying to make a very good decision, because I don't want to have the kind of life my mom has. Yeah. In case some of you don't know, I have asked for financial help last year toward my education so that I can be able to go back to school. I shared about my financial, my financial issue, why I stopped school, but I did not share about my stepdad because I was trying to give him another chance. I don't want to say the bad things he has done to me. Some people are here, they crucify me, they say bad stuff to me that, oh, you are a e-beggar, you are a this, you are a that, you are a this, but they don't know the place I am coming from. And let me tell you something, I don't hide my problems. I've learned to always speak up. I will pray to God, and then I will ask for help. God is going to lead somebody to help me. It might not be you, but somebody is going to help me. And let me tell you something, if I need to e-beg, just as some of you called it, if I need to e-beg for me to graduate, for me to finish my education, I would do it, because I'm doing it for a purpose. I'm doing it for for a good reason. I am not doing it to spend the money. I am not doing it I am not begging to buy a car or to do something useless. I am doing it to be educated. So that is all I can say for now, and I'm glad that I'm able to make this video without breaking down. I'm so glad. Yeah, because guys, to be honest, I have I have a lot of moments where I used to cry a lot, but all you guys always see me do is smile. So guys, if you have experienced this same thing before, if any of you is living in an abusive home, share. There's no point in hiding it. Just speak up. It's not a new thing. Or if you have been abused by your husband or your wife before, you can share it in the comment section, and I will be glad to read your comments. And judging from the reactions and comments from this video, I will decide if I should talk more about this or not. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye.
Wait for too long, don't go to bed.